Mr. President, you stand accused of lying, denying, and thereby endangering too many of us for too long, causing illness and death. Our president knew that COVID-19 was going to be much worse than he was telling you. He lied. He pressured others to lie, essentially, to underplay, and worst of all, to underprepare. As a result, more of us got sick, more of us died than needed to happen. He let us get sick and die because he thought it was better for him. This isn't hearsay. I wish. It's not my opinion. I wish it were. It's not an unnamed source. It's Trump.
It goes through air, Bob. That's always tougher than the touch. You know, the touch, you don't have to touch things, right? But the air, you just breathe the air. That's how it's passed. And so that's a very tricky one. That's a very delicate one. It's also more deadly than your strenuous flus. This is more deadly. This is 5 per. This is 5% versus 1% and less than 1%. So this is deadly stuff.
He knew it was going to get worse. He knew it was worse than a flu. He knew the numbers, and he knew he was being recorded. He was okay telling a reporter on tape that he was going to lie to you. At the same time he said that to Bob Woodward, this is what he was saying to us.
About the flu in comparison to the coronavirus. Flu has a fatality ratio of about 0.1%.
Correct.
This has a fatality ratio somewhere between 2 and 3%.
Well,
Given that,
we don't know
based on
exactly.
the numbers so far,
And the flu is higher than that. We're ready for it. It is what it is. We're ready for it.
It is what it is means can't do anything about this. Expression is used a lot where he and I grew up. What he just said to Sanjay, he knew was a lie. How can this be forgiven? And remember, there is no accident. This is on purpose.
I wanted to always play it down. I still like playing it down.
Yes, sir.
Because I don't want to create a panic.
You didn't want to create panic, so instead you ensured it and a pandemic. Tell us why it was okay. Our kids in so many places not back in school because you didn't push for the prep on testing and resources that you could have. Families compromised now, not being able to work the way they could have. The economy suffering in a way it didn't have to. You made it all more likely to happen by your intentional lying about the reality because people weren't preparing, and you kept your agencies from doing the same. And you knew it was worse than the flu. You knew it was airborne. You knew the percentages would be bad. All those rallies, the people you say you love, encouraging them to come to a place in concentration, discouraging masks, not providing testing, when you knew they'd be exposed to something potentially deadly? These people love you. They love what you represent. Some of them support you despite you. That's how forgiving they are, and this is how you rewarded them. While so many of us were begging them to wear masks, begging them to social distance, not wanting them to go through what we did. And you were telling them the opposite and not to listen to us, and you knew you were full of it.